Well, it's still not nice enough to do yard sailing. I think probably next weekend is when the official yard sale season is going to kick off. But today I'm going to a vintage video game and toy store that looked like they had all kinds of McDonald's toys, uh, Pokemon, all the stuff I look for. It's located farther away from us, so we went for a drive. And it's basically like a yard sale in a store. So this will be a kind of a pseudo yard sale video. Let's go check it out. Now, look over here. This store was located way at the back of like a coffee shop thing, and I think it shares space or they co-own a computer store. But the first thing I noticed is they had so much 90s stuff. Like look at the Pog game, a whole bunch of comic books. I knew I was in trouble here. This is the kind of store that I could do some serious damage to my wallet in, like 25 cent each Pogs. So I had to do a really, really good look around. These magnets.
Oh, look
There's a
at
whole
these
bunch of
cool
them in there.
magnets.
My daughter was gonna
Okay, we're not gonna get anything.
obviously want to get into all that kind of stuff, so I let her pick through that while I looked at some other stuff. The first thing I noticed was this Last Action Hero cup. Now I have a couple of those, but I don't have one with the sleeve on it. So I was like, I think I'm gonna want to get this guy right here. The reason I came to this place was on Facebook Marketplace. This photo of all these old McDonald's toys. I saw some Fisher Price stuff in there as well. The guy from Ratatouille. This thing was packed with so much stuff. I could have sat there all day and went through it. I pretty much did. That whole trip was for this. There were some cool stickers too, but I started looking around. I found this guy, Gizmo, and it's a candy dispenser. I feel like every time I looked through this, I saw more and more stuff that I wanted to get. There was like these things kind of looking like Transformers. I don't even know if that's a Transformer or not, but that was a Happy Meal Transformer. So many like neat Happy Meal toys that I've been going online and buying to do videos on. I could have just went to this place. It's pretty close to where my dad lives, so we're out there almost every weekend. And I just couldn't stop like being amazed. It was only $3 each toy. I mean, some weren't worth $3, but for the most part, the stuff in here was in pretty good shape and new Happy Meal toys for $3. That's a pretty good price point for me. As you can see, I kept checking out these Hot Wheels Attack packs. Now, I just did a short on those, so I decided not to pick them up. But as I looked more and more, I saw other stuff. There's a G.I. Joe McDonald's toy over here. The first thing I noticed was the Teletubbies Nunu. There was tech decks. How are you? Hey, how's it going? Good. I messaged you yesterday.
Oh yeah, about the
About when you guys were open. My dad. Here's a look at some of the other cool stuff they had, like all kinds of Pokemon. There was Squishmallows, like so many, and they were all $5 a piece for the most part. Which, if you buy Squishmallows regularly for your kids or you're a collector, they can get pretty pricey. Tons of old McDonald's cups. I love those Boblo Islands ones. But down here, there was just a million video games. I didn't even really get a chance to look at them all because I was so hyper focused on the McDonald's toys, but there was quite a bit to look at. These caught my eye right away. These little Mario figures can be worth up to about 15 to 20 bucks a piece, and they were only $5 each. I didn't grab them on this trip just because that's not what I was there for. It was more to find stuff for short videos and just cool retro stuff. Even though I have some of those and they're a quick flip, I decided to pass on them. There was a pretty big Star Wars section. They had all kinds of stuff, like this Bionic 6 figure. It didn't have a price on it, so I didn't grab it. Didn't feel like asking either. Looked over here. Simpsons caught my eye. I always look for season 6. I checked quickly to see if it was there, and then to my surprise, boom, right here. Season 6, this is the collector's edition. It's not really a collector's edition. They had to release that because people freaked out about the DVD that they originally released, which was Homer's Head. So that one has a bit of a more of a value, and I've been looking for that one for my personal collection as well. It's about a $30 to $40 DVD. I was pretty impressed with how much cool stuff this place had and their pricing. Like they were making money off some of this stuff, but it wasn't like they were being exorbitant. all the stuffed animals range from $5 to $10, and there was some good ones in there, like a Kirby, a few Sonic stuffed animals, some other cool stuff. Now, one thing I don't know much about is Skylanders, and this place had a million. Might have to do some research if there's demand, because this place looks like it might have the hookup. Down here, I love these VHS holders from back in the day. Also, they had quite a few VHS tapes. Now, I thought this one was $1, and I was going to grab it, but it was actually 15. So I thought I was going to luck out and get some good VHS tapes, but turns out they were fairly priced. I had to go back to the McDonald's toy figure stand just to do a double check and start to decide what I was going to pick up. I wanted to get about 10 to 15 things, so now it was time to really start going on it.
Fine. Give me a high five. I like that one. I think I gotta get this guy though. She dances on it. Look at that, Ev. Treasure Planet, Dr. Doppler. VR Troopers glasses.
Now, if you've been watching my shorts, you know that I have recently done almost the whole entire Peter Pan Happy Meal set from, I believe it was 1997. And I had to go online and buy those. And then if I went here, I would have found the entire set in these racks, including that utility tool, which I swear I've been looking for that in the wild for the better part of 2 years. So to see it right after I got done making a short was actually pretty funny. I found a couple more cool things that brought me up to, I think, about 10 or 12 of these Happy Meal toys, or $3 toys from this set, including this Inspector Gadget toy. I wasn't sure if it worked or not, but after testing it, I think it does. So I grabbed a bunch. Everly was having the time of her life playing toys on the floor. Thankfully, it wasn't very busy in there. Now, this was pretty cool. It's a Power Rangers hacky sack from way back in 1994. To find one, I didn't end up getting it, but to see that after all these years was pretty cool. This was like their board game trading card game cabinet, and the first thing that caught my eye was that giant talking archer. $50. I didn't end up getting them, but that is so cool. Over here, they had some decent Pokemon stuff, nothing too crazy, but I wanted to get one of those two, I believe they're alarm clocks, the Charizard and the Pikachu. Also, how cool is that Superman versus Muhammad Ali comic book from way back in the day? I couldn't stop checking things out. Now, right here was probably the coolest thing that I saw. It's the Rugrats Burger King watches. There was two of them. I have that one, but I didn't have this one, the Scratch and Sniff one. I didn't end up getting it. $15. I was already spending quite a bit of money, so I passed on it for now. But if I go back next time and it's still there, I'll pick it up. Here's a look at their gaming cabinet. Now, a lot of their stuff was really affordably priced. You can see that Tiny Toons Genesis game was only $10, and I've bought that online for $35 before. So all in all, I had a pretty giant pile, so now it was time to pay and go home and have a better look.
Okay, so I'm back home from that place. It's called Vintage and Video Games. It's in Belle River, Ontario. I'll leave a link in the comments of the video, but I got a bag of stuff, all kinds of cool stuff, and one other thing. So I guess I'll start with this one. Everything was really, really affordably priced, and I got pretty much everything to do shorts with. So that was the nature of the trip, but check that out. Remember these Last Action Hero cups? How awesome are these? I think I got this for $5. I've been looking at these online. I have one, but I don't have this part. So this is gonna be one of my next shorts. Well, let's get involved in this thing and see what's in here. So first thing, I've been looking for The Simpsons Season 6, the black one, not the Homer one. This is the rarer of the two. I got it for $5. All the discs are in really good shape. This thing routinely sells, there's the price, 30 to $50 depending on condition. It's one of the rarest Simpsons ones that you can find if you're a DVD collector. Second thing I got was Mutant League Football. This is going to be a short. I love these games back in the day, Mutant League Hockey and Football. And believe it or not, this is a pretty rare title. I did pay $35 for it, but I can't put a price on nostalgia for this one. So I will do a video and then probably keep it for my personal collection. Looks like there's a bunch of Happy Meal toys in here, but I'll get to those in a second because I got a Gizmo candy dispenser from all the way back in 1984. So you just lift his little arm here and that's where the candy comes from. So I think this was $3. And I gotta say this is probably worth about $20 after I clean it up and get it going. My daughter Everly was with me and she went and picked up a bunch of random magnets. I don't know, she likes to do that kind of stuff, but one of them actually might be worth a little bit of money. That's an Oreo magnet, a little pear, I think that's supposed to be. She bought this because she knows I like dogs. I was like, yeah, but who's the little person in there? So got 3 magnets. They were $3 a piece, but if you have kids, you know my pain. Here's the next thing. I got these 3 Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs keychain stuffed animals. I've been really looking for the evil old lady, so I got the queen and the evil old lady and then 1 dwarf to do a short on. I was excited to see those. I could have got the whole set. I think they had them there, but for $3 I only need those for a video. I got the scepter from Hunchback of Notre Dame. Quasimodo actually pops out of this. That's another short one. I got another copy of the Pan Activity Tool from my store. I actually sold the one I did a video on out, so important to have back stock. I got a Hunchback Esmeralda amulet. I don't know if you can see it there, but she actually dances, so that will make for a short. The Virtualizer from VR Troopers. I haven't seen VR Troopers Happy Meal toys in a while, so getting the Virtualizer is one of my favorite things that I found. The last 2 things are going to be short stuff. This is a Magic School Bus Geofossil Finder. So I think it's like a learning toy that you have to actually go out into nature with. So I'm excited for this one. And the last one is an Inspector Gadget 2 Brains Reverse Dog Translator, and it works. I pressed the button, I could hear it. So I'm curious to see how exactly this works because it'll make for a good short. And if you're new, if you came to the channel from my Inspector Gadget videos from the Happy Meal toys, you probably know that this kind of stuff, Inspector Gadget seems to catch well with regards to shorts, and this is kind of an interactive one, so I'm excited for that. So that was everything. That's $100 worth of stuff. So I don't know where, I think obviously this was the big one, but I'm pretty happy with everything I found. I think it's going to make for some great shorts, and so make sure you check those out when they come out. But all in all, yard sale season I think is going to start for sure next week. So on that series is really going to kick off. I don't know if it's going to be a series where I do like a scavenger hunt like last year. I think we did that last year. I'll try something new this year. But we'll see what happens. I got to brainstorm. So if you have any ideas, leave it in the comments. I've watched some other people's videos yard selling to get some ideas, but I want to do something original to the channel. So thanks as always for watching. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know what of these Happy Meal toys you're most excited for, shorts wise, and maybe that'll be the first one I do.